Hi again. I'm continuing a sonnet a day inspired by Patrick Stewart's reading of a Shakespearean sonnet each day. I'll be reading a gospel sonnet by Ralph Erskine. We're now in chapter 3, section 2. The believer only, being married to Christ, is justified and sanctified, and the more gospel freedom from the law as a covenant, the more holy conformity to it as a rule. I hope you enjoy. Thus doth the husband by his father's will, both for and in his bride the law fulfill, for her as 'tis a covenant, and then in her as 'tis a rule of life to men. First all law debt he most completely pays, then of law duties all the charge defrays, does first assume her guilt and loose her chains, and then with living water wash her stains, her fund restore, and then her form repair, and make his filthy bride a beauty fair. His perfect righteousness most freely grant, and then his holy image deep implant, into her heart his precious seed and drop, which in his time will yield a glorious crop. But by alternate turns his plants he brings, through robbing winters and repairing springs. Hence pining off they suffer sad decays, by dint of shady nights and stormy days. But blessed with sap and influence from above, they live and grow anew in faith and love, until transplanted to the higher soil, where furies tread no more, nor foxes spoil. While Christ, the living root, remains on high, the noble plant of grace can never die. Nature decays, and so will all the fruit that merely rises on a mortal root. Their works, however splendid, are but dead, that from a living fountain don't proceed. Their fairest fruit is but a garnished shrine, that are not grafted in the glorious vine. Devoutest hypocrites are ranked in rows of painted puppets, not of living souls. No offspring but of Christ's fair bride is good. This happy marriage has a holy brood. Let sinners learn this mystery to read. We bear to glorious Christ no precious seed, till through the law we to the law be dead. No true obedience to the law but forced can yield till from the law divorced. Nor to it as a rule is homage given, till from it as a covenant men be driven. Yea more, till once they this divorce attain, divorced from sin they but attempt in vain. The cursed yoke of sin they basely draw, till once unyoked from the cursing law. Since full dominion keeps its native place, while men are under law, not under grace. For mighty hills of enmity won't move, till touched by conquering grace and mighty love. Were but the gospel secret understood, how God can pardon where he sees no good, how grace and mercy free, that can't be bought, reign through a righteousness already wrought. Were woeful reigning unbelief deposed, mysterious grace to blinded minds disclosed, did heaven with gospel news its power convey, and sinners hear a faithful God but say, no more law debt remains for you to pay, lo, the loving surety all's discharged, their hearts behooved with loving love to be enlarged, love the succinct fulfilling of the law, were then the easy yoke they'd sweetly draw, love would constrain and to his service move, who left them nothing else to do but love. Slight now his loving precepts if they can, no, no, his conquering kindness leads the van. When everlasting love exerts the sway, they judge themselves more kindly bound to obey, bound by redeeming grace in stricter sense than ever Adam was in innocence. Why now they are not bound, as formerly, to do and live, nor yet do or die. Both life and death are put in Jesus' hands, who urges neither in his kind commands, not servile work of their life and heaven to win, nor slavish labor death and hell to shun. Their aims are purer, since they understood their heaven was bought, their hell was quenched with blood. The oars of gospel service now they steer, without or legal hope or slavish fear. The bride in sweet security can dwell, nor bound to purchase heaven, nor vanquish hell, but bound for him the race of love to win, whose love to her left none of these undone. She's bound to be the Lamb's obedient wife, and in his strength to serve him during life, to glorify his loving name for I, who left her not a single mite to pay of legal debt, but wrote for her at large, in characters of blood, a full discharge. Henceforth no servile task her labors prove, but grateful fruits of reverential love. And with that, Lord willing, I will see you next time. Thank you for listening, and God bless.